2020.
Hear the voices of greatness on the World Wide Web. VG8 Radio, the voices of greatness.
Here at your Voice of Reason, we believe that everyone has a unique story to tell, and that these personal stories should be heard.
Together we will uplift and connect as we exchange thoughts, feelings, and opinions.
See the world in a different perspective and widen your awareness of the world around us.
Learn and be inspired by everyone's story and shared knowledge.
No destructive criticisms. Only honoring personal truths here at your Voice of Reason.
I'm Sheryl Arce Cardona.
I am Karen Deguilla.
I am Rian Ruiz.
I am Joshua Ravelas.
I am Nichol Sayson.
Together we are
your Voice of Reason. This show is brought to you by CreativVoices Production,
CreativSounds Studios,
Voice from Home,
the Certified Voice Artist Program,
and the VoiceMaster channel.
only here at VG8 Radio.
Hear the voices of greatness on the World Wide Web. VG8 Radio, the voices of greatness.
Hi.
Everyone,
Hello,
we
welcome.
are your voice of reason. We are on the fourth episode of our second season, and today we're gonna talk about a very timely topic, very a very mental topic, also, literally mental. Um, it's a beautiful evening here in the south. How about you guys? How's the weather over there? This is like the most
Yeah.
the most generic banter ever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But it's good, right? Kasi naman sabihin nyo na it's raining or the weather is bad,
Yeah,
diba? At
actually, the
least,
weather
Mm.
is actually notably good tonight. I hope
Mhm.
everyone has good weather tonight.
yes,
Man, we
that's
haven't seen
right.
each other in like 2-3 weeks, man.
Yeah.
Since our last
This
episode.
this almost feels like a reunion.
Yes, that's true. Oh, we missed our audience. I'm sure everybody
Yeah,
here
yeah.
would love to know about our show right now.
I hope you guys miss us the same way we miss you guys. So
Yeah.
we hope it isn't one-sided.
Yes,
Oo
that's
naman, syempre. Andyan naman yung mga pogi na voice natin, no? Si Josh.
No. Not me,
true.
not me. Not me, guys. That was a joke.
Oh,
That was a
thank
joke.
you. Ganun, no?
Ano ba yan? Dapat tinatanggap yan. It's all in the mind.
Ah.
Mind setting yan. Kapag sinabi mo, pogi ka. Pogi ka. Oh.
You know what? That's very good advice.
Mhm.
Pogi
Yeah.
ako. The joke lang. Oh no, it sounds so weird if I say it myself.
Kasi
Okay.
you need to believe yourself first bago nila mafe-feel na ayan ka.
Okay.
Diba?
Okay.
Confidence is the key.
Mm,
Yun talaga
confidence.
yun.
Big
Mm-mm.
chest. Big chest. All right.
Ayan, no?
Yep.
Okay,
Grabe,
so
guys.
so Joshua, you wanna tell us about the reason board?
Oh yes.
No, wait, no.
Actually, we do have a new reason board right now, and we've had a lot of entries from last time because we've gathered people who are willing to help. So here's one of the people who volunteered to bring their
Yeah.
pictures to life. So
Please show
let's
us.
check
Please
this
show
out.
us.
Yep.
Wow.
There we are. We have
Whoa,
people from the
that's
yoga
me.
group.
Oh,
have you.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Remember the help one, right? Then you have some of the peeps from high school. Then you have
Oh,
the lightsaber guild right there. You can see me
yeah.
around there.
Yeah, so
And of
basically,
course-
for our reason board, just post pictures using our hashtag your voice of reason or hashtag reason board, and get a chance to be featured. We wanna see pictures of you with your the people who are the reason, your reason, the people who are
Yep.
your reason for living. So it doesn't have to be actually if you're shy, it doesn't have to have you in it. Yeah, and it also doesn't really have to be people. It can be your dog. It can be your hobby. If you
If you guys
Yeah.
have any of those, that's
Yes.
yes.
Saka, ano, this is your chance to tag somebody important to you, di ba? Like, it's
yeah.
a way of saying that, oh, I miss you. So, nakita ko to and then I remember you. O, di ba? So,
Yeah, and it's,
agad-agad.
It's a very useful connection tool, especially now that we're still in ECQ, right? Am I right? Yeah, we're still in ECQ. Yeah, so I'd say it's a useful bonding tool, I guess.
And
Amid
I'm sure everybody misses each other. So if you guys also want to see yourselves around our pages, look us up.
Yeah,
And at the same
yeah.
time, I'm sure everybody's gonna be interested with our new topic today.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think you've brought somebody around for that topic,
Oh,
Nichols.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will introduce the guest, but before I introduce the guest, of course, I must introduce the topic. Now, we live in a time where it's been a year since the pandemic. Oh, it's been over a year, but everything still feels like a big change. And coping with change is not an easy thing mentally. Like imagine all the like I'm sure this whole pandemic impacted us in a very mental way. All of us, I'm sure. Like, do you guys agree?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure that
Yeah.
it's been a challenge for everybody because everybody's like, we have to get up in the morning and we have to overcome the struggles that we're gonna face today, right?
Yes,
So,
yes,
Saka
yes.
right now,
everything is sudden, di ba? Kumbaga,
Yeah.
walang prepared.
Yes.
Nobody is prepared to such disasters. We can call it a disaster na kasi it's a long-running disaster pa. So,
Yeah. It's an indefinite disaster. We don't know when this will end. So we have to be mentally prepared for things, mentally healthy enough to deal with this. And that is why our topic for today is mental health.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mental health. Yep. Yes.
Ang dami nating questions, di ba?
Yeah. So
About
you know
mental
what? Let's go ahead and introduce our guest. Okay, my guest,
That's
she is
true.
a good friend of mine. She is a good friend of mine. I realize that's always what I say when I introduce like someone who is my friend. A good friend of mine.
That's fine.
She's a psychology graduate who is currently studying to become a doctor. She has also experienced clinical depression herself, so she has firsthand experience, firsthand insight into this issue, and she is also a mental health advocate. Please welcome my good friend, Ms. Juliana Therese Cacha. Yay! Woo! Woo!
Yep.
Hi, welcome.
Hello, Miss. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
Okay.
It's so
Glad
do
to
you
have you here.
It's nice to have you
Yeah.
around.
Nice. So
It's great
may
to
gusto
have
ka
you
bang
here.
may gusto ka bang i-add dun sa information na binigay ni Nichols? If ever. About yourself, tell us more about yourself.
Yes, please. And also, if you're expecting some friends to be watching right now is also your chance to talk to them.
Oh yeah.
Reach
I
out.
Yeah.
did,
Say
I
hi.
did invite some of my friends to come watch this talk. So hello everyone to the people who are watching now. So yeah, Nichols did mention that I am a psychology graduate. I graduated in 2019. I wanted to pursue a more I wanted to pursue medicine because aside from mental health being my advocacy, I also thought that public health and healthcare in itself is one of my passions. So yeah.
That's
Today
great.
I will be talking
Cool.
about mental health, I guess. So I'm excited for your question.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm excited.
Yes.
and we're excited for your answers.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
Neil
definitely.
Bryan says good evening. Hello, Neil Bryan.
Hello there. Wow, we've got voice mates coming around. Oh, great evening.
Oh, hello,
Miss
Arce.
Alicia.
Yeah, she is the leader of the
evening.
show. She can't be
Wow.
with us today, but
Yes.
hopefully, no, I think she will come back eventually.
Mhm. Then we have
Yes.
Miss Cheska. Wow, she's around.
Oh wow. Been a while
Yeah,
since the last
been a
time I watched
while.
you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode because this is a pretty relevant episode, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
but
Yes,
It's nice to see
definitely.
our viewers again, man.
yeah, it
That's
is.
right.
Wow.
It is. It's great. It does feel great after 2-3 weeks. 3 weeks, right? It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
All right.
3 weeks, man.
Hopefully,
So far,
di nyo
let's
pa
go for-
nakalimutan yung mga magaganda naming mukha.
yes.
Saka pogi, di ba?
No, well,
So, yeah.
nandito na ngayon to remind you, to remind
Hello,
all of you.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Good
your
evening.
mom.
This is my mother. Yeah,
Hello
yeah,
there.
yeah. Okay. Great
Okay.
evening.
Oh, great evening. Okay.
Alright. O yan,
Nice
di
to
ba?
see you
Na-warm up
all.
na tayo.
Okay,
So,
Yep.
I guess it's time to start asking personal questions so that we can get to know our guest even more before we
Yep.
dig deeper into mental health as a topic itself. All right, so are you ready?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm a little
definitely.
nervous, but okay.
You're okay.
let's
Okay.
go.
Question.
Okay,
Alright.
that
Let's
means
do it.
you're ready. That means you're ready. Okay.
Let's go to
Okay.
the first question, guys.
Okay. Would you like to ask it? Oh, would you like to read it?
Yes.
All right.
All
Go.
right.
Go.
I'll take this one. What were the most challenging trials you've encountered in the area of mental health?
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
I was working in the outpatient facility of a government mental health care facility. I was working in the outpatient. So I would hear stories every day when I would do my patient history, when I would do the tests. And it's difficult because you get to hear all of these hardships that they go through. I'm not allowed to, I'm not allowed kasi to bring up specific stories kasi the concept of
Oh, we can we can use our imagination. That's fine.
It's all right.
But
No judgments here.
When you start working kasi in a public facility, you would encounter more diverse cases. They could be ranging from stuff that are just, I don't want to say light, but more manageable cases to very debilitating, severe cases. And when you hear those stories, when you see those people, I know that we're supposed to help them, but of course it takes a toll then on my own mental health. Yeah, and
it's a very empathetic.
yeah, it's an empathy centric profession.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
takes
yeah.
a toll.
Yes.
It takes a toll on you if you don't know how to either compartmentalize it or just parang out of one ear into
I
out of the
imagine,
other.
no, when you talk to your patients about their stories, syempre, somehow ma-affected ka rin, di ba? You feel affected with their stories. So, how do you deal with that when you go home? Like, what do you think about para you feel better?
I try to separate my work kasi from my home life.
Okay.
Back then in psychology, I could still afford that. Parang I didn't really put up a lot of reminders of what I did in the hospital, so I could create this escape at home, and that was that was really good for my mental health, because imagine lugging all of that around nga, diba? That sort of negativity.
So basically, like, home for you was the escape route. Home was like the safe haven.
Yeah,
Okay.
home was the
Yes.
safe haven. Yeah.
Parang no? It's a switch. Parang ganon.
Yeah,
No?
it's a switch.
Kasi you shouldn't really bring, hindi talaga, ako for me, I don't really bring, nung nag-office pa ako I don't really bring work at home. So, kapag time for work. So, after work, tama na.
which is why work from home setups are actually not easy to adopt.
Yes.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Like I imagine.
Yeah.
Like because like you're at home and like you're doing work, but at the same time you're like, I'm supposed to relax here. This is my home. This is so.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be relaxing at my bedroom. Why am I working here? Why is this place became like a source of stress to you? Ganon.
That's right. Kayo ba, how did you deal with that? I read some articles about this. Sabi nila, one good practice is you separate your office from your bed. Dapat hindi mo nakikita yung bed, ganon.
Oh,
Or
so
maybe you
set up a separate
mm-mm,
room.
yes, separate room or office. Or maybe like a separator for your, anong tawag
Oh
dito?
my
For
god.
your office, di ba? And
Okay.
then, and then there are others naman na kung baga yung routine mo sa office, you try to keep it like what time you take a bath before going to work, something like that, 'di ba? At they try to still keep the routines that they have. Ako naman hindi because I love sleeping. So ano, pagkagising, alam mo na. Konting ano na lang, konting ganon tas work. O, di ba? Pero that's some of the advantage, di ba? There are some advantages of working from home. Maybe iba-iba lang kasi yung personality, di ba? I
Yeah.
think doon nagkakatalo-talo sa personality ng tao. Ako, what I did, nung nag-work from home ako, basta after work, hindi ko na iniisip yung work. So, time to
Yeah.
enjoy na. Oo.
So
How about you
basically,
guys?
you're managing it with your time.
Yeah.
Like your time is oh yeah, okay, that's a good way to see it, I guess. Actually, I would like to ask another question. I know it's still part of the same question, but how would you say, how different would you say a public mental facility is compared to privately organized ones?
Public facilities tend to be not as well funded as private facilities, so there's that disparity.
That's really sad.
And
Okay.
when I say very diverse cases, I see this from a socioeconomic point of view. Their circumstances are different. Kumbaga.
Okay.
Their circumstances are a bit different. So you take that in consideration when you're treating them.
Yes.
So yeah.
Saka di ba? Imagine this. Most of the time, people working people in the mental health facility na nasa private, they live a comfortable life. So you cannot say naman na more people or yung people dito is yung mga pinagdadaanan nila ay mababaw, 'di ba? Iba-iba naman kasi yung gravity. But imagine this, yung mga people na nasa public is pati physical feelings na feel nila kasi they are the one who does skilled work. Sila yung mga nagtatrabaho talaga using their sweat and blood, literal, to survive. So imagine mo na lang yung mga paghihirap siguro nila. Lalo na we're living in a third world country. So, 'di ba?
Like what Juliana said kanina, it's a socio-economic
yes,
experience,
Right.
realization.
That's true.
Truth. Kayo ba? Kasi 'di ba tinanong mo kanina kay Juliana, what's the most challenging trials, 'di ba? In the mental health area. Pero siguro not just a profession, 'di ba? Somehow we try to keep our mental health healthy, 'di ba? And then there are times na we feel na we're on the edge. Kumbaga,
That's true.
'di ba? How do you deal with that? Or maybe what are some ways, kumbaga, to go away from that dark area or dark space. Kumbaga, ganon, 'di ba?
There's so many ways to do that.
I can't exactly give a specific checklist of what to do because everyone is different. What works for me will not work for you kasi mental health is a deeply personal thing. What their self-care hobbies are. When I say self-care hobbies, those could either range from like exercise. Maybe to cool off, you want to watch a show that you like, stuff like that. Self-care hobbies kasi provide you with some sort of escape from that emotion that you're feeling, because we functional all the time. Those types of hobbies, those self-care hobbies that I'm talking about, gives you a sort of reset kasi. It gives you an emotional reset na parang, okay, I'll take a break from this. Kaya sometimes there are people, right? Let's say, kapag may kaaway ka and that person says, wait lang, mamaya na kita kakausapin. Kasi kailangan ko muna mag-cool off sa emotions ko. It's kind of that concept.
Tama, no? Kaya pala yung when we go out,
what relaxes you, yeah.
When we go out, di ba, kapag nagbe-vacation tayo, nafe-feel natin agad yung reset kasi literal na escape yun eh. Literal na escape dun sa world na ginagalawan natin. So,
diba?
Ayan, maganda nga.
Hindi mo naisip.
Ako din, lately hindi ako nagtuturo ng gabi lately kasi sobrang napagod ako. Alam mo yun, yung mentally saka
pang rest mo na yun.
Truth.
Ayoko na, pagod na ako.
Truth, di ba? Kayo guys, ano ba yung mga self-care hobbies nyo since nabanggit naman ni Ms. Juliana yung
I buy toys. It's a very nice hobby. It's a very nice hobby.
Impulsive spending.
Yeah, but very expensive. But just learn how to control yourself, and it'll be fine.
Yes, agree.
And
true.
Actually, one thing I do pala that I think does relieve my stress. Just sitting down and doing nothing, like not even sleeping, like you're just sitting down, just stare into space like that.
It's a sort of disconnect kasi. Like
yeah.
You're doing,
yes,
you're disconnecting.
Wow, ako naman hindi ganon kasi parang yung utak ko lagi may sinasabi or laging may naiisip. So ayoko nag-ganon. Ako, gusto ko laging busy. So
okay, yeah. There's some people like that. No, they relieve stress by doing something.
So ako lagi ako naman nagbabasa. Basa.
I actually really envy these people because these people are probably really productive. I imagine like they can produce something out of stress. Yeah.
Different for everyone.
Yes. That's right. How about you, Miss Juliana? Ano yung self-care hobbies mo?
It's sleeping.
Oh wow. That's a really fun hobby.
Yeah,
that's right.
Do you prefer it when you remember your dream, or do you prefer just sleeping then waking up and then
Well, I do remember my dreams a lot though, but when I take a nap, you don't alam ko you don't really dream when you're taking naps, like 20-minute nap.
Oh, okay.
Ang ginagawa ko ganito.
If you guys want like an energizing nap, just do 18 minutes.
Talaga?
18 minutes.
18, hindi 50.
No. Okay, no, here's the problem with that.
That's when you'll feel energized.
Oh, okay. Here's the problem with that. Okay, I take an 18-minute nap and I'm like, you know what? 10 more minutes.
You still go back.
Wow.
Like up to the point that it becomes a full hour.
Yes.
Di ba sasakit na yung ulo mo nun?
Yeah. But that's interesting. Yung 18 minutes and you feel energized. I'll give that a try.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ako naman, hindi kasi ako easy to get nap.
Lethargic na.
Lethargic. Okay.
Ako hindi ako mapag-nap. feeling ko kasi hirap akong makatulog. Kaya yun, 'di ba? Sabi ko sa'yo, very active kasi yung utak ko. That's why I always read. Kaya kailangan antok na antok ako bago ako makatulog. Ganun na ako. That's why yung power nap, hindi siya nag-work sa akin unless talaga inaantok ako.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
So, yun, no?
We have something in the comment section, guys. Let's check
All right,
this out.
let's read those comments.
From Ms. Rowena.
I sing to the stress. Ha, 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 ha.
Or listen
yes.
From
Kuwait.
From Kuwait.
Wow,
Hello,
thank you so much for watching.
Maybe you want to post a video of yourself singing and then tag us.
Yes, that's true.
That can be like a reason board thing. Yeah, like a video reason board. That works too.
Yes, that's true. Interactive reason board.
Yeah.
Man, there are so many ways to do this. Although for me, I usually meditate and I usually do sword training for this, just to help out.
You do yoga, right? You do yoga with Richard.
Yes, I also do yoga.
Yes.
Yoga is very productive.
Dati nag-exercise ako eh. Kaso lately, alam mo yung pagod na yung utak mo tapos ayaw mo muna mag-workout din.
Yes, it happens.
Yeah.
It's the fatigue you get.
Actually, working out is nice when you can feel the pressure on your body, but like when it reaches your head, that's when you want to stop. Oh no! That does happen. Sadly.
Pero there are others. They say naman that exercising is good, diba?
Like what Juliana said a while ago. Everyone has different ways. Yeah. There's just a right way to approach it to make sure it doesn't reach your head. Just to make sure it. Okay. So.
Pero pareho kami ni Miss Weng. Kumakanta din ako. Siguro din lang ako talaga physical. Ayoko yung mga physical things. Kaya
more on like self-expression ka.
Or mga pangtamad, ganun.
Yeah, same.
Yes.
Okay, so actually we have another. Oh my God.
Dear.
I was actually about to ask her the next question, but
hang on. We've got a little bit of technical difficulties, guys. So we'll have to check this out first. But we do have another comment here. So let's check this out first.
Yeah, we can read comments.
All right.
Yes.
So
wow.
Here it's from Karen's mother.
Maintaining mental health and well-being is to spend time with friends, loved ones, and people you trust. Basically de-stressing by involving yourself with the people you love. Yeah. Yeah, because like
kasi si mama kasi people person siya. So siya yung isa sa mga super nag-adjust sa ECQ or dito sa pandemic because parang every month yata lagi siya nagpupunta ng Manila with her friends nung college or minsan sa La Union ng friends niya sa high school. And it's good naman that their bonding, I think, got stronger kasi 'di ba uso na yung GC ngayon sa Messenger. So, ayun, naghanap sila ng bagong pakulo to keep since mga parents na sila, mga mothers, sinishare nila yung mga recipes, ganun.
Oh, wow. That's really productive. That's one way of de-stressing and being productive at the same time. That's I think is like the best way to distress. Like if you can make something out of your stress, produce something.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's great.
Naalala ko nga nung first time na-realize na may ECQ noon. Syempre all of a sudden akala natin kasi yung mga iba na or others na, sandali lang to, mga after
mga 2 weeks
diba?
lang to. 3 weeks lang to.
So, ang saya-saya nila. Tapos, oh my gosh, I have so many time. Pangarap ko magtrabaho sa bahay. I have it na, sabi niya.
Oh, actually,
diba?
I'm sure we all had that phase We all
Yes,
had
that's
that phase. Like, yung ini-enjoy mo yung perks ng ECQ.
Yes.
Pero,
Ako naman, ano ba yung una nyo ginawa nun? Ako after nun ng work, nagja-just dance ako. Masiwa ko dun sa Oo, nagja-just dance naman ako. So, pero nung mga nagsawa na ako, ay, tagal na. Nahinto na.
Our guest is back. Our guest is back. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Sorry about that.
How's the
internet?
Internet in Cavite.
Yes. We were just sharing kanina about nung wala ka na yung mga ginagawa namin nung mga first time na experience yung mental health, yung pandemic na hindi natin ina-expect na it will go at such a long time na
we all thought it was gonna last for like a month at most. That's what everyone.
No.
I mean,
yeah. It always happens, guys.
Yeah.
True. Yes. Oo. So, ayun. Ayun nga, feeling ko ready na siya sa second question.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have a second question, guys. But before that, we have a time check right now. It's already 8:39. So, we'll have to wrap things up before the break. And we'll go with the last question right now. So, let's check this out.
Okay, all right. So, what positive lessons and values can you share to our viewers in helping and understanding mental health and the issues that go with it?
Okay.
What can you say about these things?
Before anything else, I'd like to reiterate that mental health is a personal journey. So there can't really be like a prime checklist that if you follow all of this, you'll immediately magically have wonderful mental health. But as Nichol said earlier, there's a right way of going about it. The interesting thing about mental health that it's actually it's a journey in self-discovery actually. With your journey in bettering your own mental health, you can discover yourself more. You can discover certain aspects of your personality that you didn't consider earlier. So the goal kasi of having good mental health is to recognize what you want to change. I think everyone has something they want to change from themselves. Like there's some traits that make us unhappy, I guess. I think everyone has that. The goal is to recognize what you want to take, what you want to change, and to work towards achieving that goal. So there isn't really a timeline for this. It's self-paced. It depends on your situations. It depends on your personal dodge. It depends on your environment. So yeah, mental health.
So it's a dynamic thing. Is what
it's a
dynamic
thing.
All right.
It's a dynamic thing. Lastly, I think the viewers have to also learn that while you're pursuing your own good mental health, you have to pursue accountability with that. So the concept of accountability, na parang, you know how there are people who excuse their bad actions because they were having a bad mental health day. Yeah, wherein they project their emotions into something else, and maybe some of them think that it's okay because they're feeling sad
because they're victims.
Because they're victims. But I want to kindly remind everyone that in pursuing better mental health, you also need to pursue accountability. Because if you reject that accountability, if you reject being accountable for your actions, you also reject your personal capability. Parang sinasabi mo is, ganito ka lang. Yeah.
Parang you're limiting yourself. You're limiting your development.
You're limiting your own development nga, if you reject the accountability. So I guess all in all, you pursue what is good for yourself. You pursue self-betterment while being accountable for your actions on your journey to mental health.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Truth, no? Kasi there are others, no? Parang in line din to sa sinasabi nila, before you do you achieve something, di ba, kailangan meron kang iwanan na nagko-contradict dun sa gusto mong mangyari. Di ba? Like, what is pulling you from reaching that goal? Di ba? Na sinasabi nila. So, like, for example, mahiyain ka, pero gusto mo maging, public speaker. So, you need to, di ba? You need to
let go of that shyness.
Let go. Pero,
slow development. Baby steps, like
yes.
Yeah, baby steps.
True.
Yeah.
Yes. Pero along that time, kasi mahiyaan kasi ako eh. So, all of a sudden, biglang nag-change na yung personality na sobrang outgoing. So, maybe doon papasok yung sinasabi ni Miss Juliana na baka mamaya nagiging napapabayaan mo na yung accountability mo kasi hindi ka sanay na nagsasalita. Meron kang mga words na nasasabi or feelings na nasasabi na hindi pala dapat sabihin. Kumbaga, ganun. You try to be vocal, but somehow yung pagiging vocal mo is napupunta na sa area na hindi pala dapat yon sinasabi at that time. 'Di ba? Parang ganun. Kasi yeah.
Sorry. Okay. And aside from that, sa nasabi mo, accountability is also a social concept. Kasi when we think about mental health, diba, we always think of like sarili, we think about betterment for ourselves, but actually, mental health should be defined as your emotional wellness, psychological wellness, and also your social wellness. So it also involves your relationship with other people. Because humans are social creatures. So yeah. As in, hindi mawawala ang accountability. Because it affects the people around you.
Yes, totoo yan.
Yeah, guys, never forget that you are part of a world. You are part of a world with other people in it. Yeah, this is not your own world, but that's not a bad thing. We're all here to help each other, and that's the beauty about being part of a community. Yes, we're here to coexist.
Totoo naman. That's why sinasabi, 'di ba, no man is an island. At saka that's why we try to keep ourselves better. Kasi
so we can help each other better.
We know that there are other people who are affected, lalo na yung family natin. Like, kung pinabayaan mo yung mental health mo, hindi lang ikaw yung nagsasuffer, pati yung family mo, kasi it's either maaawa sila or hindi na nila alam paano ka i-approach. Kumbaga, 'di ba? To make you feel better or to make you feel na hindi ka naiiba or kung paano hindi ka magre-react or dadating na masama sa kanila. So parang ganon.
And speaking of which, we have something on the comments, guys. I think this is for Liz, Lily. I believe this is for you.
Yeah.
Lily.
Hi, Billy. Hi, Billy.
Hello.
Hi, Billy.
Ay, nakita ko dito sa comment, nag-share ng links si Miss Rowena. So,
yes.
Her singing. This is her singing.
Nangihingi si Nichol.
Sige. Okay. I'll check it out later.
Yes. Saka yung mga viewers natin, kung gusto nila
Yeah. Please support her. Please support her singing career.
That's great.
Okay.
So, ayun.
Yes. Wow.
Ang cute naman ng mga napag-usapan natin. Ang dami na nating napag-usapan about mental health.
And more will come later after our break. So I'm very excited for that.
And there's more topics and more stuff to see after the break. When we come back from Miss Juliana, your voice of reason.
We were kind of expecting you to say your voice of reason. So can you want to do it again?
Right.
Want to do it again?
All
Take
right.
two.
That's fine. Take two.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna have a short break, but stay tuned for more discussions here at
Your voice of reason.
Yeah!
Yay!
Okay.
Finally, the connection's back. So let's see each other in 2 minutes. See you all.
See you all.
Yep. Indeed.
Prompto po kayo.
Ganyan talaga. Dapat ready.
In relationships, it's important to know your why also. Diba? What's the essence of this relationship ba?
Natin naayusin to. And kasi restorative ako so depende kung kung gusto ko pang i-restore. So, depende dun sa grounds.
This show is brought to you by CreativVoices Production,
CreativSounds Studios,
Voice from Home,
The Certified Voice Artist Program,
And the VoiceMaster channel.
only here at VG8 Radio.
Right.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Yes, that was fast.
Yes, it's a really fast break. How was your break,
That's
guys?
I was able to take 5 deep breaths for my mental health.
Meditation, paano ba yun? Parang hingal ata yan.
Oh, no.
Ikaw
Oh,
naman,
no.
Bente dito.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
What? We
Ayan,
really
oh.
need that twinky sound? Okay. So, we're back. We're back from our break. And now we have more questions.
Okay.
Yes.
We have more questions. Are you ready? For these questions, we're going to dig deeper into the wider topic of mental health.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So, one major issue about mental health is that some people have misconceptions about what mental health really is. Like some people only tend to see some parts of it, but disregard the full meaning of what mental health really is. So Juliana here today will help us look further into that.
Okay. Sige.
Yeah, for this question, what is mental health and what are the common misconceptions about the topic, including terminologies? Because I'm sure there are a lot of misconceptions people have about the more technical aspects of mental health. So please enlighten us.
Okay. Kanina I said that mental health is an emotional, psychological, and social well-being being. Aside from that, it's also a state in which you are able to cope with everyday stressors. So, I also mentioned everyone has different gadgets, right? For some people, this level of stress is okay for them, but for another person, this level of stress would be debilitating for them. So, iba-iba tayo ng personal gadgets when it comes to mental health. Yeah, I keep mentioning that mental health is a personal thing. So, about misconceptions, let's start with a slightly controversial one. There's a common misconception that Filipinos are generally happy, so we don't need to focus as much for mental health. That's a misconception because one, no one is exempt from mental illness. No one is exempt from bouts of sadness and all of that negative emotions. Actually, I think it was 3 million. 3 million Filipinos are actually suffering from depression, and another 3 million.
That's a big number.
Yeah, that's a big number. Is suffering from anxiety. When you think about it like that, you would see the urgency on why we need to tackle mental health issues here in the Philippines. And it's good that initiatives are already starting.
That's nice. That's nice.
In the topic of like there has been a boom in the topic of mental health since 2016. I think people on Twitter are talking about it. People on Facebook, people on social media. It has become like commonplace topic, which is a good place to start. But we could do better. So
that's nice.
Right. Saka di ba?
Baby steps.
Yung mga tao, feeling nila when you go see a psychiatrist, ibig sabihin may ganun ka na agad. So, I think yun yung parang pinakamalaking misconception na dapat nating i-address sa Pilipinas. Kasi, hindi pa tayo ganun ka-open with consulting others. Kasi, for example, when you go to facilities, bibihira yung mga professional mental health professionals na pwede mong, or psychiatrist, na pwede mong pagkonsultahan. Diba? Hindi katulad ng mga usual na, ayan, meron tayong nag-cardiologist, ganun, or meron tayong mga internal med doctors. Pero if you want to consult about your mental health, minsan magtatanong ka pa talaga eh. Hindi pwedeng pupunta ka lang.
It's a very specialized thing.
Diba? Oo. So,
that's actually part of my next misconception. Yung mental health is for rich people only. Wait, I promise magiging connected siya soon. Pero with that misconception, mental health is for rich people only. So it's partially true.
Because it's expensive.
Yes, it's expensive. Kanina sinabi ko, no one's exempt from mental health problems. But if you are a better socioeconomic standing, you have more access to better facilities. I've also mentioned earlier that public facilities here aren't the best. There's definitely room for improvement. While private facilities definitely have more, they have better. Hindi naman better. I don't say better. Parang more well-rounded treatment options. You have.
They're more equipped.
Yeah, they're more equipped. Exactly. Right. They're more equipped to handle different kinds of cases, and a trip to a psychiatrist is actually quite expensive. So I get that the normal Filipino, like we're talking Filipino context, the normal Filipino usually can't afford it regularly. So yeah.
Yes.
Actually, while we're already talking about this, I would like to ask the second question, because the second question already aligns with what we're talking about now. So might as well.
Okay.
Do it, bro.
Here.
Yes.
why do you think people take their mental health for granted? And why is it more important than most people think? What can you say about the issue that some people find it shameful to seek help? We're technically already talking about this, so let's just continue the conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Aside from that, getting quality psychological help. Getting quality psychological help here is expensive.
Yeah.
There's also the social stigma. This was mentioned earlier. Na people would tend to judge you if you share something personal about your mental health. And I don't want to purely blame the people for thinking that way. The Philippines is predominantly a very traditional country. We still have very conservative ideals. It's a good thing, a bad thing. However, we are. How do I say this? We are more reluctant to change our ways. So parang all the mannerisms that we get from society and from family na maging to parang just swallow the pain, to just keep it to yourself. And that translates in our everyday life. Even if we want change, it's a bit hard to remove that lack of help-seeking behavior. It's also one of our problems, by the way. In the Philippines, there is a lack of help-seeking behavior. What I mean by that is, masyado tayong nahihiya to seek help, even in different aspects, not just mental health. So yeah.
Truth, no?
Okay.
Kasi, kaya, that's why we have like other circles. Iba-iba yung mga circles natin to talk about specific things. Like, may mga, like, sa family mo kasi, hindi mo lahat masasabi. That's why you have
because
friends.
because like your family, these are people, your parents are people from another generation, so they might not be able to understand the things exclusive to your generation. So
that's right.
Agreed.
So, I think lahat naman tayo may kanya-kanya like GC na mga magkakapatid lang yung nasa GC na to. O kaya ito, magpinsan lang. Or ito yung mga friends number 1, friends number 2. Ganun. Yung mga ganyan-ganyan tayong GC.
Friend A, friend
cool.
B. Okay.
Yeah,
kasi,
yeah.
Sorry. It's good to find a support group. Yun yung importance ng mga friends na yun, ng mga GCs na yun. If your support group is your family, that's great. If your support group is
Yeah.
But you have to find your own.
Yeah, and like there are things where your parents are the best people to talk to, but there are also other things where it's better if your brother is the one you talk to. Like
it
really depends on the issue. Yeah.
So ayun. Kasi ang hirap kasi ng kinikim-kim. Actually, 'di ba? Parang nagiging source pa 'yan ng iba ding sakit. Like naalala ko yung mother ko noon, kina-consult siya na kasi she has a problem with the heart, 'di ba? Normal naman 'yan pag tumatanda na. Ang sabi sa kanya is kailangan daw wag nagkikimkim kasi parang nabi-build up yung pressure or something. Dapat i-release niya. Kaya pinapabayaan namin yung mother namin na maging vocal kapag minsan. So ayun.
Yeah, and it's good that you brought it up kasi I think another reason why Filipinos don't take their mental health much more seriously is because they tend to think that it's all in your head. It isn't. It isn't. Like it translates kasi to a lot of different things. It would be really easy actually if it was all in your head. Pero when you're dealing with things like sadness, loneliness, depression, psychological illnesses, stuff like that, it translates to physical symptoms. Hit this one misconception. Like everyone thinks that depression is just sadness, right? Na malungkot ka lang, ganun. That's not the case kasi no one really talks about the fact na when you're depressed, you are lethargic. You are physically unable to do things. Hindi dahil tamad ka. It's because you're in depressive state. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons talaga that why Filipinos don't take their mental health that seriously, because they think that it's all in the mind. It really isn't. That's why I had.
Man, this reminds me of something.
Sorry.
Yeah. Actually, go on ahead first.
Last lang. Parang that's why we have to think of wellness as a holistic thing. Hindi lang physical, hindi lang that you eat well, you exercise, you take care of your body. You also have to take into consideration your social, psychological, emotional wellness. Yeah. So
yes.
I see.
Ayan. Bago tayo mag-move on, may mga nagsisay hi.
Yes.
Oh.
So let's get to that.
Blasilda Kataulin. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
And then
Nice
there's
to have you guys on the show.
Hello,
Michaela.
Med school naman.
Hello. Wow.
Wow. And then there's
Daming
Ralph.
friends. Oh, it's Ralph. Yeah, I know this guy.
Really?
Nice.
And then
welcome
there's
to the
another.
show, guys.
Wag mo daw siyang kakalimutan. Dapat pang malakas ang shout out na yan. Game.
Shout out to our.
Daming fans. It's nice to have fans around.
Okay.
Yes.
Ayan si Mother may mahaba na naman siyang comment.
Oh, wow. Isang paragraph.
Mental health refers to our psychological or emotional health and well-being. It's about how we think, how we feel, how we behave, how life affects us, how we cope with it, how we engage with others, and the choices we make. Parang sinamarize ni Mother yung yung sinabi ni Ms. Juliana. Yes.
It's correct. It's correct.
It's really thankful. Hey, Sir Richard, our station manager.
Oh, great day. Hello, Sir Richard.
Great day.
Hello. Great day to you.
Man.
Great day. Ayan.
Nice to see everyone, man. Namiss ko yung mga ganito.
It's amazing how virtual reunions mean a lot, no? Like virtual meeting someone virtually wasn't really before the pandemic was parang tinawag mo lang. Pero now it's like it's the only way. So it's a big deal now.
That's true.
It's easy to Yeah.
Yeah. The pandemic makes us all feel very lonely and everyone's isolated. You can't really see each other.
Yeah.
So parang these virtual meetings make it easier to connect with other people, which what we need actually. We need that. Okay, yeah.
Yes, that's true. That brings me to one note, guys. I'm gonna show you guys something. Let me know what you think about this one, because this is related to what we're talking about.
This is our quote of the day.
Yes,
Lily, since you are our guest, would you like to read our quote of the day?
Okay, quote of the day is, just because your work for you doesn't mean you can, should, or need to do it alone. That's nice. Okay, that's by Lisa Olivera.
That's true.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's actually very true. It's very true. I mentioned earlier that it's important to find support groups. It's important to find support groups because, again, mental health is also a state of social wellness. So yeah.
True.
Yeah, we have coexistence.
Yes.
Coexistence is a factor of mental health. The way you
May iniisip ako kanina na Korean drama about mental health din siya.
Oh, that's a thing?
There was.
Yeah, there's a Korean.
Be okay.
There's
yung It's Okay Not to Be Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindi ko pa napapanood.
Hindi mo pa. Ako, some episodes, yung brother ko, sabi niya na ayaw niyang manood ng Korean drama. Siya yung nanood. Kasi nga naman, pero hindi siya addict sa Korean drama. May mga sinuggest din sa kanya. So, yun yung mga feeling ko na should watch.
There's a Korean drama for everything.
Yeah, actually.
True. Di ba? At least di ba? Mas nagiging aware tayo kasi like that.
That's true.
It's glad nga na itong since nasabi nga ni Miss Juliana kanina recently nagiging widely or hindi naman widely, malawak na talaga yung acceptance for mental health. So may mga tao na nakakapag-post na online na ganito yung nararamdaman ko but they are not ashamed to say na ito yung status nila. Diba? And that's good. Siguro na lang what can you okay ba yon na pinopost ng tao sa online yung nila yung status nila sa mental health or sa mga nakakabasa naman what should they do or think or may responsibility din ba sila? Kunwari dahil ka-close or kaanak nila yung nag-post na yun. What is your advice for those things?
That's a good question. Okay, that's a very good question. I think kasi everyone needs an outlet. Everyone needs an outlet, and sometimes their way of letting out those emotions is by posting online. Kasi pa siya pa siyang soundboard lang kasi it's not like talking to someone. When you're posting it, let's say on Twitter or on Facebook, you don't really get direct social contact. So you're just yelling to a wall. Kaya mas hindi nakakahiya. Mas people might be open to doing that. However, again, we have to be accountable for what we post. So I would suggest I would suggest again posting anything graphic. Kasi nga, people do have their triggers. Triggers are a very real thing. They could cause harm. They could cause a person to react.
If you're not careful, you can just make things worse. There's a potential to make things worse.
Yeah. I actually really do like the common practice na ngayon of placing trigger warnings on things. Kasi it helps us
disclaimers.
Filter. Yeah, it helps us filter kasi the media we consume. And as for the people who are seeing those posts, like maybe your friend posted a tweet that they're feeling depressed lately, ganon. My advice for that is I understand that not everyone is in the right mental space to help someone else. So I don't want everyone to think na kapag may nakita silang friend in trouble, they have to immediately help that person. Check mo muna kung kaya mo. Like check if you're ready to have a potentially heavy conversation. Kasi if you don't check those things, if you don't put your mental health first, then it could be damaging to yourself. So let's not be martyrs. But I do encourage checking your friends. Checking your friends every once in a while, especially in this pandemic. The pandemic is such a lonely time for everyone. So yeah, I would encourage checking on your friends, but also check on yourself too. Important too. Don't forget about yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, like what Juliana and Karen both said a while ago. We have our circles, so yeah, that's a situation where these circles come into play.
Pero I would like to ask kanina kasi meron 'di ba na-mention mo kanina yung mga trigger disclaimers. Pero I think hindi pa yun widely, lahat ginagawa. Ano ba yung mga posts na dapat nilalagyan ng trigger disclaimers na sa tingin nila hindi naman dapat pero nakaka-trigger pala siya? What are like some examples?
I think the most obvious ones are of course gore, self-harm, suicidal posts, the more sensitive ones really warrant a trigger warning. Sometimes kasi when someone else is talking about their own experiences, like maybe, let's say, trigger warning, let's say someone has an eating disorder. Sometimes when you think you're just sharing your experience with anorexia, bulimia, what have you, it could also be triggering for someone else. Kasi it forces them to relive some sort of parts of their experiences. Yeah. Sometimes people are not ready to do that yet. We can't always
parang
expect
lang,
people to accept it agad. So yeah.
Parang yung mga nag-a-adjust mag-smoke, yung kakatapos pa lang nila mag-rehab, tapos maamoy nila dito sa tabi nila may nagsusmoke. Hindi tumutupad sa, dapat ito lang yung smoking area. Parang ganun, no? Parang ganun yung dating. That's nice. So at least, no, mas madami tayong na-educate dito sa sa segment natin ito.
Yes, and speaking of education, guys, we have one specific question right here from our audience. Let's check it out.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Let's see
and
that.
This comes from Billy. Yes.
Oh.
Billy says, where do we draw the line in identifying and categorizing what's triggering for some people? That's a very challenging question.
That's actually a very interesting question, and I would like to hear Lily's answer, Lily's take. Would you do the honors?
Well, I understand that not everything we can't keep everyone. I understand that. There's always a leeway. However, when we deal with more sensitive posts, like what I mentioned earlier, gore, self-harm, suicide, thoughts of suicide, those really warrant the trigger warning. If you think that the content is sensitive, it's a warning now. I think everyone has a general sense of what is sensitive and what is not, right? Everyone's a general sense. That's why, it's like TV ratings. It's TV ratings. Like, we know what's explicit, we know what's like rated G. So yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way,
what would you say? All right, let's see.
Wow.
Joshua Guy has nice glasses.
Joshua Guy has nice glasses. Oh wow.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, it's very, very futuristic glasses from the year 2030.
Thank you.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh no, I forgot. Wait, let me remember. Oh, I remember now. All right. What can you say about depression memes? Like do memes about these sensitive topics always require a trigger warning? Like, let's say it's in a meme group naman, or it's in a setting that's designed for memes, for sharing dark comedy, dark humor. So what can you say about that?
I think humor is entirely contextual. Humor is entirely contextual. There are times where it's offensive to put out these kinds of memes, but there are cases, there are humor groups, meme groups that are acceptable for these kinds of things. I'm not completely shunning the concept of making depression memes, because for some people, humor is their outlet. Sometimes it helps. Yeah, sometimes it helps.
It does. Well, for me, it does. I like laughing at myself. It makes me it helps me distress.
Okay.
All right.
Like sometimes it helps a person go through something very serious by making light of it. So again, humor is contextual. Like know when and when not to make bad jokes. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's good advice.
Yes. Yes, kasi iba-iba naman kasi yung 'di ba, yung environment nga kasi na kinakalakihan. So Kaya 'di ba may iba-ibang themes ng mga shows na pinapanood, but hindi naman lahat pinapanood 'yon. So,
Yeah.
nasa kiliti lang yan.
So yeah, there are some environments for it. There's some settings that were really designed for it, but like in a setting where it's not, where you know that the setting is too general, it's better to just not make those jokes.
Think twice.
Yeah. Just think twice. Alright.
Una-una mong iisipin yung kausap mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Maintindihan ba niya yung joke ko?
Yeah. That's true. Like you can't you can't speak Chinese to someone who does not understand Chinese.
That's exactly.
It happens.
And Chinese is a very hard language to understand.
Yeah, it is. I tried to learn Chinese. I actually took lessons, but it's
it is.
No.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Super daming characters.
All right, so let's ask another question.
Yep.
This is actually the last question, but our last question has two parts. Okay, this is the last question. The first part of the last question. What can you say to our viewers to encourage them that mental health should be a priority? And how can we handle mental health better considering we live in the pandemic?
Okay. To answer the first part of your question, I mentioned this earlier that mental health is a significant factor. Significant factor in life. So to function well, as you take care of their mental health, I think this is like a bike. If you remove like a wheel from a bicycle, you won't be able to use it, right? So mental health, physical health, social, psychological, emotional health, these are all holistic. So if you take out one of these things, you won't be a well-functioning person. And I legit think that's an enough reason for someone to take care of their own mental health. Because who wants to be sick, right? Who wants to not function well? So yeah. As for the second part of the question, how can we handle mental health better considering this is a pandemic? Okay, so get it out of the way. The pandemic can be considered as a traumatic event. So when we talk about trauma, because we think about violence, right? We think about trauma as like sexual harassment. We think of it as like witnessing something violent. We witness death and with something bloody. But a traumatic experience can be considered as something that gives you debilitating stress. Like it gives you fear, it gives you anxiety. This is not strict, but sometimes it's because you're not in control of the situation. And right now, like we live in fear. Like we're scared of getting COVID. Who's not getting scared of COVID? Who's not getting scared of getting hospitalized? That's what makes it traumatic. Plus, by isolation, we are directly cut off from our support groups. So when we think about the pandemic in this way, this is why there is a rise of posts that say that we have to take care of mental health. There are posts about requesting academic breaks and stuff like that, and those are important. Because the effects of trauma can be debilitating. It can range from just loneliness, minsan nalulungkot ka lang. It can range into something as developing an actual mental illness. So to help combat that, to help alleviate that, I think the easiest way to do that is investing in self-care. Everyone talks about self-care. I talked about it earlier. Now you have to have a self-care hobby. You have to find something that takes your mind off of things, preferably in a positive manner. Because I know that...
I have a question. I have a question.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay,
go.
let's say you have a self-care hobby, but it comes to the point where you take it too seriously, and it slowly stresses you out. Also, even though it was a hobby, how would you suggest to turn it back into a hobby? Like taking a break? Does taking a break help, you think?
Yeah, it does. Taking a break helps. Sige, share ko yung sarili kong experience. So, I'm an artist. I post anonymously. So I'm not going to tell anyone my username. So yeah, I post anonymously.
Okay.
There has been a certain point kasi wherein saka wag niyo hanapin yung art account ko, please. Okay.
No promises.
With that being said.
No promises.
Oh no.
Huwag niyo hanapin.
Ayaw na yan. Hanap ni Nichols yan. Ayan. Go ahead.
Okay.
Seryosohin yung joke ni Nichols.
With that being said, kasi there was a time where I gotten traction, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. Because if I have traction, I get more opportunities, I get more monetary opportunities. But at the same time, na-pressure ako because there's this whole new audience that's looking at my work. Alam mo yun, that pressures you as a creator because that it feels like you have to continuously churn out work, and it's no secret that I'm in medical school and things are insanely busy. So there was a point wherein the pressure to keep churning out work. So drawing became like an enjoyable thing now. It became an enjoyable thing. What helped was actually what Nichol said. I needed to take a break from it. This also comes in the context of people thinking that they always need to be productive. You don't. Well, ideally, meron naman talang some people that are insanely amazing na relaxation nila is something inherently productive and
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't work for everyone. I just think,
Yeah.
and I don't think people should pressure themselves to being a work machine. It doesn't work like that. You do need rest.
That's right.
You do need rest. I know that discipline is important. You need to learn how to draw the line. So yeah. But what I think, nag-sideline ako ng sobre. So yeah, I think that answers Nichol's question.
Yeah, it does. It does. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Time to take a break.
Okay.
Time to take a break, guys. Time to take a break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oo nga.
Right.
You need to learn how to distance yourself.
Yeah. Kanina, di ba, na-mention mo yung yung academic break?
Yeah.
Kasi di ba, right now, yung mga bata, I feel na naaawa ako sa kanila na ang dami nilang, kasi nasa bahay sila. So yung utak nila, play. But there are times naman na parang natitake advantage yung nasa bahay sila. Like even on weekdays, may mga assignments sila, may mga exams sila, or weekends, sorry. So ayun, no. So ano ba itong gusto kong tanong? What do you think about that? Na maybe a message to teachers para
Message to teachers.
Yes, teachers.
Okay.
They totally need this.
This is a hard topic. I think kasi there's this misconception that people, yun nga, sinabi ko kanina, I think everyone thinks that people need to be hyper productive all of the time. And I don't think that's the case. It actually prevents someone from being holistic. And you know, the big theme of my talk was being holistic because mental health is a holistic process, etc. Because when you do not make time for your hobbies, like be it just reading, drawing, writing, whatever. When you do not make time for that, nagkakaroon that's yung stress mo, of course, kasi you can't relax you don't have an enjoyable thing. You don't have a thing that separates you from your work, and you will get burnt out, and that's difficult because when you get burnt out, you become mentally incapable of doing the task, even if gusto mo.
Oh.
I think everyone here has experienced that at least once in their life. No? As much as you want to, you are mentally incapable of focusing and putting out work. Sometimes you feel irritable. Sometimes when you're burnt out, you feel depressed. Sometimes you feel like you want to withdraw. Sometimes it manifests in physical symptoms such as insomnia. Sometimes di ka makatulog, sometimes tulog. It's different for everyone. Burnout is a very real problem. Saka it doesn't help na kanina I mentioned that the pandemic separates us from our support group. So that's also another problem. So I think that schools or faculty should take academic break, or at least academic easing a little more seriously. I do understand it's hard for everyone though. Like let's just put that out of the way. The online setting is difficult for both teachers and both students.
Yes, actually nga. Madaming nagrereklamo na parang sinasabi nila na you think it's easier for teachers dahil online. Well, actually, it's not. Parang both sides nagiging mas madami or heavy yung trabaho nila. So
for both the student and the teacher.
Both
that's true.
Student and the teacher. But with teachers, like I've heard, it's difficult nga to conduct classes, like with Zoom, or for the teachers who choose to do asynchronous classes, yung nag-record ng lecture. It's difficult kasi walang audience eh. So, it's different kasi when you have a dynamic audience going about, kasi interaction ka, so you know if you need to expand on this topic, if you need to make it more clear, if your explanation was clear enough and stuff like that. And I think kasi there are, most if not all teachers thrive on interaction talaga.
Kasi makita mo sa face, di ba? Ng mga estudyante mo.
Makikita mo sa face.
Wala sila. Pero ngayon, pinapatay nila yung camera. Sabi nila, ma'am, kasi po yung connection po namin, hindi ko po marinig. Di ba? Pero may point naman.
Yes, it happens.
May point naman kasi na kahit ako, minsan nangyayari din sa akin yun na yung sabi ng teacher na, okay, patayin nyo na lang muna yung videos kasi baka may mga iba na hindi makaka-affect. Pero saka madaming people na nahihiya sa camera. Diba? Hindi naman lahat camera shy. And I think there are also teachers who are camera shy. So, I think isa pa yatang factor din yun kung bakit sila, diba, nasa stress.
Yes, that's true. Happens.
Okay, so about that, we can actually ask the last question. I mean, the second part of our final question. Because everyone gets stressed, and of course, at one point, we need to get help. So, the question is, at what point do people need to get help?
Again, like everyone's mental gauge is different.
Yes.
For some people, this is already debilitating. For some people, wala to. Pero the general rule is if you are experiencing difficulty na in day-to-day life, it doesn't. Let's give you an example. The common symptoms of depression are lethargy, insomnia, thoughts of self-harm, thoughts of suicide, and general, sometimes irritability, sometimes nag-withdraw. Now, all of these symptoms don't really go, hindi sila nagrepresent sabay-sabay. Hindi sila nagrepresent na, it's different for everyone, right? It's different for everyone. Now, if para sa'yo, yung insomnia pa lang, or if yung lethargy pa lang is debilitating, go seek help. Don't wait for don't wait for the self-harm thoughts, don't wait for the suicidal thoughts to arise. But if you are getting thoughts of self-harm and thoughts of suicide, I strongly advise you to seek help. And with that note pala, alam ko that there's a couple of websites that have like a master list of Filipino mental health care facilities, mental health numbers, hospitals, basically a master list for anything mental health related. It's silakbo.ph and mentalhealthph.org. So please do check it out. They offer a comprehensive list of facilities. I'm not sure if pwede ang face-to-face consults, but definitely merong mga teleconsults yung mga facilities niyan. So yeah.
Saka meron naman iba na hindi naman dun sa actions na napoportray yung or sa lethargy. 'Di ba parang meron din iba na nasa health din mismo na napoportray yung yung depression.
Yeah.
Kasi like for example, meron kang occurring or recurring na nangyayari sa buhay mo, tapos like kang puntang hospital, tapos hindi pala nila alam na dahil hindi nila matreat ng gamot, nasa pala, sa mental health pala na
there's a legitimate illness for I forgot the name, somato something. Or yes, there's a legitimate illness for that. It's just that their stressors are being conveyed by physical symptoms. It's quite debilitating. But going to a therapist really helps that. So.
Okay. So you'd say like for the milder symptoms, it's okay to like just talk to your friend about it or something. But for the more serious, it depends. Okay, yeah, it depends. But for the more serious one,
generally, if you feel anything, if you have the privilege to get tested and get diagnosed, do it with Nagab. But I understand. But understanding not everyone has the right access to proper mental health care facilities. Not everyone has the money to do so. So here's that's the gauge lang. That's the gauge lang for people like that. For people who are lucky to have to access good healthcare facilities, please get tested and covered. So yeah.
Guys, we have something in the comment section again. I'll bring it up.
Let's read that.
All right.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
Yes, it's a metaphor.
Okay.
So, would you do the honors, Nichols?
Take an example of a pencil with an eraser on that matter. Write, and if there's a problem from your spelling of a word you wrote, thankfully, an eraser can erase it for you. Oh, it's like when you make a mistake, you can, because in real life you can't undo your mistake, but you can make up for it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
I guess that aligns with mental health because you make mistakes. Yeah, accountability. Yeah, there. You make mistakes, and when you make mistakes, you be accountable for them. You can't undo them, but you address them. You say like, okay, guys, I'm sorry. I mean, there are many ways to deal with it. Like you can apologize, If you need to apologize, or you can.
The guilt. It
Yeah,
helps
yeah.
you let go of the guilt. Kasi when you stop being accountable for your actions, I told you guys that's essentially rejecting your capability as a person. So there's a guilt that develops. Sometimes it's conscious, sometimes it's unconscious, sometimes it manifests as self-hate, sometimes it manifests in other different things. So to prevent all of that psychological gymnastics from happening, we need to really rely on the concept of being accountable. So yeah. Here's another.
So in a way, being accountable can also reduce that guilt.
Guilt, yes, because there's this theory. The psychoanalysts in the Freud, I think Alfred Adler is also a psychoanalyst. The psychoanalysts believe in the unconscious kasi. So with that logic, anything any stimulus na makuha mo, let's say negative, you got like a very negative comment, and you don't deal with it, it's just pushed back in your mind, right? That's generally the concept of the unconscious. So if you aren't accountable for your actions, there will always be guilt. And that guilt, yun nga, could either be conscious or unconscious. Kapag unconscious, it gets pushed back. But the important concept about the unconscious is it always speaks through. Laging lalabasan. Hindi na yung concept ng mga defense mechanisms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like how some people, like me na, may example, like how some people, kapag when they're very angry at their friend, tapos i-project nila yung feeling na yun sa friend nila. Kahit wala siyang nagawa, kahit wala siyang reason to believe na ganun siya, sasabihin niya sa friend niya, galit ka sa akin, no? Even if yung tao na yun, even if yung tao nagsabi na yun, yung galit sa other person na yun. That's an example of defense mechanism. There are many types of defense mechanisms. But yeah, I think that it illustrates my point na anything that you try to bury or is buried in your mind comes out. So yeah. So basically, the whole concept is accountable. Like you
just need to really accept, diba? Unang-una, you need to accept. You accept the wrong. And then that's the first step. Once you accept, you know na what to do to try to correct it, diba? So yun. It's good. Lalo na kasi pencil, diba? May marka yan, kahit burahin mo, nandun pa rin yan.
Agreed.
Perfectionist ka, tapos nakikita mo yung drawing mo, ay, marka ng drawing ko.
Diba? You have to embrace your flaws, man. That's one of the best things about mistakes. Sometimes mistakes can also be great advantages too. You just have to find a way to seek that advantage.
Yes. So, ang dami nagsasabi, di ba? You learn from mistakes. Saka wala naman taong perfect agad. Simulang simula pa lang.
Yep. So cool. Man, we've already had a lot of topics right now. But before that, there is one other quote that I'm going to place on you guys. So I'd like to know what you guys think about this quote. This comes from you, Nichols.
Oh, okay. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it isn't so. By Lemony Snicket. He's the author of a series of unfortunate events, I believe.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, it's actually a quote that reflects a lot of what we discussed today, right? Like what Juliana mentioned a while ago. Like, if you just because you think it's in the mind lang. No, it's not just in the mind. It is affecting you. Yeah, it is affecting you in more ways than just that. And it will come to show over time if you don't address it.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kasi it's not always that your opinion is the truth. Alam mo yun? Like,
yeah.
That quote is actually applicable to so many things.
So many things, yes.
So many things that are rampant today, like aside from mental health or prejudice and stuff like that. So with that being said, I think it's important for people to realize we need to get out of that sort of thinking. Na we can just if we think this is if we think that this is true, na yun yung absolute truth. Our opinions are the absolute truth. So we need to we need to get rid of that line of thinking. We need to be more open-minded.
Yes, agreed.
That's right.
Wow.
Oo, yung self-righteousness na ibang nasabi. At dumadami yun actually, di ba, sa social media, yung mga bashers.
Yeah. Like they think they're always right. Which is why I would like to reiterate how important it is to know that you're part of a world and you're not a god. Like, you're part of a world, and I think that's what a lot of people tend to forget. Like a lot of people tend to think that the world is theirs and that their opinion matters more than anyone else's opinion. And
ano kasi, sorry. I think it's easier because on social media, it's easier to say those things on social media because you don't really get it's not really a face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
There's a barrier. Yeah, there is a barrier.
That's right.
Especially if you're anonymous.
Yes, that's true.
Actually nga, kahit hindi ka anonymous dahil hindi ka naririnig, di ba, there's something about the tonality. Di ba? May tono or may boses. And then there's also the way on how you write things na napaperceive nila, akala nila galit ka. Or akala nila indifferent ka. Kasi hindi ka gumagamit ng emoticons or hindi ka gumagamit ng mga usual na ginagamit ng millennials na beg. Yung mga
communication
yung mga terminology. Truth. Oo.
I think at the end of the day, like what we mentioned a lot kanina, accountability. Accountability really does help.
Yeah.
So in short, it's okay to I think expressing yourself is a good thing. It's a very good thing.
Have an opinion.
Let your voice be heard, but you have to know that there is a chance people will not agree with you, and you have to accept that.
Yes,
you have to be accountable for that.
Kasi communication is a powerful tool, diba? It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah. It's a double-edged sword, but just use it well. And
I think it goes both ways when I say this. The world kasi is black and white. Like I think, especially now, the younger people today, are more inclined with social justice, and that's a good thing. But I think everyone has noticed a more Puritan way of
seeing things,
of saying
categorizing
things,
things.
Right? Of categorizing things, and I get that it's because they're young. That's a factor. I'm not belittling them. I'm not belittling their understanding, because I think it's good that they're more involved with the world. But I think what I want children. Am I old? I don't know what I want to
children.
Old here.
Teenagers lang para
teenagers. We're not that old.
We're not that old.
Yeah, we're not
Hindi
titos
pa
and
tayo
titas yet.
grannies.
We're ates and
Hindi pa
kuyas.
tayo,
Yes, that's
Oo.
true. That's true.
titos and titos.
Yes.
Atis and kuyas pa lang. Pero what I want teenagers and basically the younger generation to realize na the world is not black and white, so you can't always categorize things.
Yeah. It's
And that's a major. That's actually it's easier said than done. Easier said than done. Because I think people it's okay to have their own opinions. Yeah, in a very diverse world. We live in a very diverse world. I think
That's right.
it's important to always consider that. It's important to
Yes.
always
Okay,
consider before.
I actually think that this world, people in this world view things in such a black and white way. But the fact that everyone has a different way of seeing black and white makes the world seem gray. And I think that's a thing where, you know how there are two different sides in the conversation. Like let's say there are people who are let's say just as an example, let's not dig deep into this. I'm only saying this as an example. Like the discussion between feminism and patriarchy. It's a topic where I choose not to take sides, but rather I encourage continued conversation between the two sides. So yeah, that's what I think about people having different opinions. I think it's okay to have different opinions, but I would encourage discussions. I would encourage conversations between these different sides, because I think only through that will we actually get answers.
Yes. Saka sa world ngayon, I think very important and timely na magkaroon talaga ng
It's
media
interesting
literacy.
Yeah.
Oo.
Sorry, sideline. It's interesting that you brought this up because I'm not going to be shy about my political alliance. I'm a feminist myself. But
Yeah.
You know this, we're friends.
Yeah.
But I want people who align with my political stances to encourage discussion.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like I said,
we need to
discussion.
We need to learn how to de-escalate these situations. Kasi, I get that a lot of people are very passionate about their identity politics. They're passionate about what they believe in, basically. So that translates to bad language. It translates to that's why it translates to bad stereotypes then. And we have to realize that not everyone consumes the same media as us. Not everyone has the same opportunities as us. So what I want to be encouraged is helpful discussions. Encourage helpful discussions and don't be so quick to attack, I guess. Like this goes for this goes both ways, on both ends of the spectrum. So be mindful.
We're trying to understand things first. Yeah. Processing things. Yeah, we have minds. We have minds for a reason, guys. We have minds for a reason.
Yes, you said.
You're here to you're here to share the ideology. You're not here to feel superior about yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's right.
Agreed. Well said.
Yes.
So far, we're gonna check out one more question, guys. We have one more thing in the comments question. Comments. So
okay.
It's just to congratulate all of you. Let's check this out.
Oh wow! Oh, thank you. We're glad to help. We're glad to help.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
nice reflections.
For tuning in as well.
Okay. We're actually running out of time, so you guys want to do the meme segment? We actually have a meme segment where we look at memes and talk about them.
So far, I'm gonna put the disclaimer first, guys.
Okay, guys. So disclaimer: these are just jokes. And we're not gonna say we're not saying that we don't we're not gonna say that we fully agree with these jokes, which is why we're gonna discuss them. These are just for humor and discussion. Okay, we
Okay.
this is okay. So
Yep.
are you guys ready for memes?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yay,
So let's
meme
check out
review.
Okay,
Let's go
okay,
meme board
yes.
number 1. Yes.
Oh wait. All right. When you suffer from depression and someone tells you to just cheer up, my goodness, what an idea! Why didn't I think of that? All right.
I mean,
All right.
like,
So,
that's
all
what,
right.
that's what
Let's.
people think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
This is
Like that's what
this
people
is,
think. People think it's just sadness.
Yeah. This is this is a meme that talks about toxic positivity, and yeah. Guys. When someone is sad, that person is sad for a reason. So I think the best way to deal with that is to just talk, like to ask, like, yo, hey, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Like, don't force someone to be happy. Like, being happy is a journey.
Yeah.
Being happy is a journey. You have to
Not everyone
go
is
through
ready.
that journey.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright. Mayroon pa isa.
Alright, yeah. The me.
Second one. This one. Yes. That one.
No. There's another one. The SpongeBob meme.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Let's go
finally
with that
starting to
first.
feel happy. You what?
It happens.
Oh, okay.
It
Wait.
Alright.
I need to talk about this. I need to talk about this. This is
Okay,
an
yeah,
important concept
yeah.
for people who are
Right.
experiencing mental illness. Depression, anxiety, mood disorders, basically. They come in waves. It's not, it's not always na parang when you feel better, yun na yun. You're never gonna experience it ever again. Sometimes that's the case. But there are cases where it comes back, which was, which was like stated in this meme. Like let's say, states of depression, like so, it's not constant. Sometimes you will feel okay, tapos wala nang anything na susunod after nun. Pero there would be times that will feel okay for some people, and then later that evening, hindi ka na naman okay. That's normal. That's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like what we talked about a while ago. Mental health is a dynamic thing. So it's really just about, adapting and doing what the situation demands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. At yun naman yung dahilan kung bakit tayo, di ba, pinag-aaralan natin yung natural science kasi yung brain natin, ginawa yan to adapt. Kaya tayo nasa higher level ng ng mga animal kingdom, di ba? Kasi we know how to adapt.
That's true.
Yeah, we're made to adapt, yeah.
All right, next meme. Can't be depressed if you've never known happiness. Okay, no, that's actually a really bad joke.
Yeah, that's really bad.
That's a really bad joke, but it's just here for us to laugh.
Slightly
just laugh
dark.
at it. Yeah, okay.
Slightly
Just
Yes.
I
Steve Harvey.
actually think that happiness is sadness and happiness work hand in hand, right? Like you won't know what happiness is if you don't know what sadness is. So like you won't see the light if there's no darkness. So
that's right. So ito yung
that's what I can say about that.
Be careful sa mga words na ginagamit na pwede naman palang sadness pero ginamit niya yung word na depression.
So, that's another big issue.
Keep of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like people describing themselves as OCD when they're just
Oh yeah, that's so bad. There are girls I know who say that guys with OCD are so attractive. Like yo,
let's not fetishize mental illness.
A mental illness, guys. Don't. That's
let's
not
fetishize.
It's not
mental
hot.
illness. It's a very
That
OCD is a
sounds
very
so wrong.
debilitating condition. It's a very debilitating condition. Please don't do that.
So
Yeah.
kasi parang nagiging normal na siya na ginagamit. So yung mga tao parang hindi na nila naiisip na may mga na ano pala na offend pag ginagamit siya na na term na OCD. So ano ba ano ba yung tips nyo na pwedeng nilang gamitin na terminology instead of just saying na OCD?
They could just
to educate
they could just say that they're neat. When you say OCD kasi you're talking about obsessive compulsive disorder. That's very different. That's very different.
Yes,
it actually super minor lang yung part that goes with being neat in that in that aspect. So ayun. I think people should be aware lang of the language that they're using because the language is important. And that goes in line with what I said about being mindful and accountable. So yeah, I think they just say that they're neat. They're neat. They're a little particular with with how things are done. They could just say that. I think there are a million other ways kasi to describe oneself. There's so much word. There's so much words to use.
Yes.
So yeah, ayun.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Yeah.
I guess do research na rin.
Yeah.
That helps.
And be more aware of your surroundings. And what you do.
Using that kind of language kasi makes light of the illness. This is not a positive way kasi.
Yeah.
Not in a positive way.
Yeah, so I guess awareness really is like important.
Yeah.
Like educating your friends na rin, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the last meme.
Last meme.
Yeah, okay. When your jokes are low-key full of self-hatred and your friends start to ask if you're okay.
I'm guilty of this.
Lily, we're both guilty of this. We're both guilty of this. We're both guilty of this.
Okay, I'm going to say something very, very important regarding this. It's actually bad. Like, generally don't do that. I get that's hard because sometimes it's your
mechanism. Way of letting things out there.
Sometimes it's your defense mechanism. Yes, it's a way of letting things out. But there does come a point where you unconsciously believe what you're saying.
Yeah. For the people, for the people who use this as your defense mechanism, I think. Would you say it's okay, but like, just do it like just very very little. Like you shouldn't just like is it okay to regulate it? Is it possible to regulate something like that? Self-deprecating humor.
Well. It depends on the person. This is one of the things that sobrang contextual then. But in an ideal sense, I think it's better if we remove that sort of defense mechanism in itself. I think it's I think there's this post that I saw. Na you should start to use self-loving jokes instead. I did this, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty anyway. It's funny to you. It can be funny to you, but at the same time, there's this sort of happens.
Yes.
Yeah,
Saka pwede rin naman na when you have like friends who know about this. Oo, 'di ba? You can ask them na, "Uy, sabihan mo naman ako pag para they keep tabs on you ba? Para in a way na-regulate in a way.
Yeah.
Yung sarili mo.
All right. Okay.
That's why your support group's important talaga.
Yeah. All right.
Support group. Okay.
Wow.
That I think wraps everything up. We talked about so much.
Yes, that's true. And I can't believe that we've already exceeded our time.
Yeah. We did by a bit.
Parang ayaw
but
natin huminto, no?
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about.
A very good topic, a very nice, very substantial topic.
Yes, exactly.
Lots of things to talk about.
Yes.
Very. Okay.
Actually, right now, we're also going to announce something else because we've already come to. This is where the waterworks come in, guys. So,
okay, all right. Okay, can I say it, Josh? Can I say it?
All right, no problem.
Okay,
do it.
Okay,
all
right. Josh and I are leaving Voice of Reason, but no. No. Okay, no. We're not gonna fully abandon the show. We will still make appearances once in a while, and we will still contribute. The reason why, basically, we're just gonna reduce our presence and our contributions in the show, but we're not fully leaving the show. Okay, and the reason for that is because Josh and I will be having our own show where we're gonna be talking about fandoms. We're gonna be talking about
different
communities, fandoms, the things that that you guys are a fan of: pop culture, anime, music. Yeah, we can also talk about music. We're gonna talk about fandoms in our new show called. Wait, let me look for the Fan Voice.
Yes,
it's actually a pun to fanboys. So the get it?
Yes,
it's a good
boys.
pun, okay? The fan voice, your voice, your community. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about fandoms. Hopefully we can start within the month, maybe later this month.
Yes, later this month. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Our targeted schedule would be Monday evening.
Yes, Monday.
Yeah,
evening.
So we're not gonna fully leave Voice of Reason. You may still see me in some episodes in your Voice of Reason, but you won't be seeing me a lot anymore. Probably maybe true. I'll only be in every 2 months or something, or every month maybe. Yeah, but I still do want to be a part of your Voice of Reason. There's still a lot of, because there's so much cool things we can talk about in this show, including what we talked about in this episode.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So
I can't wait to cross over. We're gonna be having crossover episodes later on, guys.
Yeah. How your fandoms coincide with mental health. That's
that's one of the things.
Right.
Interesting.
In possibly this season or the next season. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Hey,
so
we're all excited.
Yep.
So
and in doing so, we do have one short teaser for you guys. So since we've already brought this up, I'll play the teaser, guys. So we'll be right back in a few seconds.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's go.
Woo!
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay,
that's one hell of a teaser.
I hope you guys are excited to see more of that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
and I can't believe
that was amazing, by the way, Josh. That was amazing. That video.
That's
Man, I
good.
can't
That's
wait
good.
to show you guys the whole studio itself because there's gonna be a lot of new stuff coming out on that place and that show. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Okay.
And before we end the show, I want to ask Lily. Is there anything you want to promote? Anything you want to plug? Anyone you want to say hi to? Do it now.
And if there are
I
yeah,
guess
this is
thank you for my friends who and my family, I guess, who stuck around the show. I appreciate you guys listening to what I have to say. And I guess I don't really have anything else that I want to plug, but I do want to plug that online master list of mental health care facilities. That's silakbo.ph. That's silakbo.ph. And mentalhealthph.org. No spaces. So yeah, I do encourage people to get help. I encourage people to not find shame in asking for help because it's investing in yourself. So yeah.
Yes,
okay.
well said.
All right.
That's
Thank
nice.
you.
That's very, very, very helpful plug.
That's right. It's this one back.
Very life-saving plug, actually.
Yeah, that one. Yes.
Oh.
All right.
Wow, what's this?
All right.
Nice.
Okay. And then
Oh,
may
no,
mga nag-ano na.
Silakbo. That's
Sila.
SILAKBO. Yeah.
KBO.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, KBO. Yeah.
Silakbo.
Silakbo. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
Silakbo.
Okay.
It's nice to have these things. It's gonna help more people, guys.
Yeah.
And
Like
our show is all about that.
Like I actually hope we save lives here. Yes.
I hope it was helpful. Yeah, I hope it was helpful.
And thank you for being around us.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me in your show. It was really fun.
Well.
Yeah,
It's an honor.
really
It's
fun.
an honor.
Great.
Oh,
That's great.
Glad you had fun.
Thank you.
Yes, we hope to see you in our other show as well. Because
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, you can talk more about
Let's
your
see.
art there.
And we'll be talking
That's
about
right.
masters.
Talagang pinupush talaga ni Nicholas yung art ni ano.
Nicholas, you want to find it?
Oh yeah.
I'm on
Ayan.
resident. You won't find me. So yeah.
May nag-comment din pala, sabi ni Neil. Thanks for being
Yes.
there.
Aww.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Neil, for tuning in. Hopefully,
We're glad to be here for
more
you,
in our
man.
new episodes. So
We're glad to be here
Yeah.
for you.
All right.
here for you guys.
Okay,
Wow,
so
ayaw talaga nating matapos, no?
Yeah. Although it's sad because it's our last episode, me and Nichols, but
no,
time has to
it's not gonna
go.
be. It's not gonna be our last episode here. It's just gonna be our last episode in a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Yeah,
along
we
with
will
new
be
stuff.
back. Yeah. No, don't worry.
We'll be back.
We're just diversifying our content. Really, that's really just what we're doing.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're
All
happy
right.
for you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Ms.Carren,
And like we
for also
hope to
supporting
see
us.
you, and we also hope to see more of your voice of reason with you, and if you can get more people to be involved, also that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
All
true.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Let's wrap it up.
good
Thank
evening.
you for tuning in.
Good evening and good night, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
This has been your voice of reason. I am Nichols.
I am Josh.
And
And
I'm Karen.
And
thank you for tuning us.
Lily, Lily, yeah.
Yeah.
Lily, of course.
Hello.
Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in tonight, and we will see you in the future.
Yes, in the near
Back to the
future.
future.
Sa ngalan ng nag-iisang VoiceMaster of the Philippines, Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. This show is brought to you by CreativVoices Production,
CreativSounds Studios,
Voice from Home,
the Certified Voice Artist Program,
and the VoiceMaster channel.
We are your voice of reason.